So I don't really like musicals that often. It's very rare that I find a musical that I enjoy. Most of the time it's because it's pretty nonsensical, like they'll just start singing for no apparent reason. Now, it's different in like musicals that they have a reason to sing in, but for the most part, I feel like musicals are just kind of goofy. That's not to say that I don't like music. Obviously, that's not the case. I'm a huge fan of music. I play piano myself, and um, I think music oftentimes helps complement a movie. Not particularly in the musical sense, but like soundtracks by just great soundtrack people. Like I feel like Doctor Who, the modern era, would wouldn't be as good as it is without Maury Gold's excellent music. Same goes with Game of Thrones and Lost with Michael Giacchino. John Williams. You think Star Wars would be the same without him? So while I think music has its place in movies, I'm not the biggest fan of like the musical genre. It just seems kind of corny to me. But I feel like the Singing in the Rain I actually enjoyed because it kind of pokes fun at musicals, but also fully indulges themselves in it. I also like the story and its setting at like, just the end of the Sound Age and the beginning of, sorry, just the end of the Silent Age and the beginning of the Sound Age. It's a period in like, in history that doesn't really get talked about much. And if it does get talked about, it's usually overshadowed by the Great Depression, which came, just a couple years later. And I thought the story was very well paced. I never really felt bored, and the songs never really felt too meandering. Like there was not like way too many of them, where it just got exhausting, and they didn't go on for so long that it got tiring. And you could see that like the songs really spotlight the talent of both the actors in the movie and the Technicolor, which was very new at the time, but it aged very well. I like the huge big set pieces as Gene Kelly's dancing around both the street, singing in the rain. Hey, that's the name of the movie. And also when he does that huge dance number at the end, which is happening in his mind, he's a very imaginative man. I think it's really impressive that Gene Kelly not only starred in it, but also co-directed the movie and choreographed his dance numbers. And I really like the other actor in the movie, the best friend character, played by Donald O'Connell. And Debbie Reynolds did very good too. I thought Lena Lamont was a very funny, crazy character, and she reminds me of how I pictured Norma Desmond back in the 20s. They both have that kind of lunatic-esque nature about them. I could agree with Gene Kelly about, how he likes the rain. I like the rain too. It's nice. It's something different. Now maybe not driving in the rain as much, but I like walking in the rain. And yeah, I do sing to myself sometimes, so it's not the most like, you know, craziest thing that ever happened. I often sing to myself at work when I'm stocking shelves or just driving home. The movie is interesting because it takes place within like the invention of sound films, aka talkies. But when the movie was made, musical genre was kind of fading, and I think this kind of brought it back for a whole new generation. So while I don't like musicals that often, I just couldn't help but be entertained by this, and it especially looked good on the big screen. So that's pretty much all I have to say on Singing in the Rain. So click below and subscribe if you want to see more movie reviews or book reviews. I post a lot, so if you want to keep up with those. And until then, everybody out there have a nice day and peace.